Time for the Local Business Spotlight on City News 570.
And joining us on the show this morning is Faisal Susiwala of Faisal Susiwala Remax Twin City Realty. Faisal, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me on.
So Faisal, I wanted to just get kind of a quick market update from you about what's happening in our area in Waterloo region here.
Well, we've had a fairly slow start to the fall season, but that was expected. There was some interest rate jitters that were happening, and fortunately those rates were paused. So we haven't seen any increase, and people are starting to get their confidence back. We do have another announcement coming December 6th, so we'll have to see what happens, but we are not expecting rates to rise. So I think the market will start picking up coming into the spring market.
And sorry to ask this question, but is it kind of hung up on what will happen on December 6th?
There's a little bit of a pause with the anticipation of what happens then. I think that any further pauses will be viewed as a positive sign in the market, and we'll see an uptick in the market at that point.
I know that there's some incentives for folks in our area and across the province for low-income families to save some money. So I just wanted to focus on some of that information today, if you could provide that.
Sure, we're all facing, difficult times when it comes to costs, especially energy costs. And in these difficult times, if your gas provider is Enbridge and you are a household of two, for example, with $60,000 or less in income, or a household of four with less than $85,000, or even a household of five with less than $95,000 household income, you can receive all kinds of benefits on cost savings, which include appliances, lighting, air conditioning, dehumidifiers, discounts on your rate. Especially if you're a senior on ODSP, if you're on a guaranteed income supplement. So the best thing to do is visit ieso-enbridge.clearresult.ca to see what those savings are and start initiating those savings, because there's a ton of options that are available right now.
When it comes to fraud, we've seen a lot of stories around how fraudsters are targeting our elderly when it comes to homes across the province and our region. We've seen it here too. So what are some protections that folks could have against a fraud like that?
We're in times of sophisticated technology, and we're seeing just people are being taken advantage of. So it's imperative to protect the title of your home first and foremost. So fake IDs, forged documents, enabled fraudsters to register mortgages or even sell your home without your knowledge. So be very careful who you share your personal info with. Regularly check your credit. Shred documents with personal info. Don't put it in your recycling bin. Retrieve your mail regularly so it's not just sitting there. And most importantly, get title insurance. Speak with your elderly parents, like your grandparents, who may not have a mortgage or purchased before the existence of title insurance. It's a one-time fee, which is less than $500. But what that will do is it will protect someone from putting a mortgage or a lien on your property, and just protect yourself. Only you have the ability to protect yourself. And we need to reach out to our elderly parents and grandparents and let them know that if they don't have a mortgage, it's not clear for them. They need to have this title insurance registered so that they can be protected.
Faisal, in your experience of dealing with stuff like that, does that happen a lot where you come across that in trying to close or help someone through a transaction?
Yeah, often. In fact, I've seen it several times in my career where someone thinks they have free and clear title to their home. We sell the property, and all of a sudden there is a large lien registered against their home. Or worse yet, someone has taken control of the title of their property. They may have been deceased, or it may have been a divorce, and someone else took charge of that property, and now has enabled them to sell their property without the knowledge of the homeowner. We saw a case in Toronto where there was a vacant property, and title was taken. It was put up for sale. The home was shown and sold without the knowledge of the owner. So that's an extreme scenario. But again, if you're a passive owner or someone who just assumes that, hey, I have no mortgage, I have nothing to worry about, you are actually more at risk than people who actually have a mortgage on their property.
Faisal, thanks so much for joining the show today to share some insights about what's happening in the market in our region and across the province as well. Thanks so much.
My pleasure as always. Thank you.
Take care. That was Faisal Susiwala, broker of record at Remax Twin City, Faisal Susiwala Realty.